Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, our players are...
Hi, I'm Corporal Higgimus, 4th class, a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, a human fighter from asteroid near Brow who might hit something this week.
Nah.
Hi, I'm G-Man. I play Yeldan Sharpeye, a Elven Ranger.
Levalithana and Elven Wild Mage. Ah.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Lafdul Moonglade, a specialty priest thief from Faerun. He can take on many forms.
Of course. Alright, our paladin, Ockar, is out for the day, but we will take care of his character, make sure that he only gets killed a little bit. And in the last session, you guys had made friends with some orcs. Sort of.
Friends.
Yeah,
okay.
we have like a trade agreement.
Totally friends. Totally friends.
Trade agreement, yes.
They have agreed to help you get to your destination in exchange for getting off of this planet, this dinosaur-infested planet.
I am totally going to use detect magic at some point, just to see if their gear is magical.
Okay. Of course,
I'm not mentioning this openly.
you need to sleep a little bit first.
Yeah, I know. I might get killed in my sleep.
Yeah, last session, Lafdul made the mistake of picking up the book that had for quite some time...
It wasn't a mistake.
Cursed... It was a mistake. It was definitely a mistake. I mean...
Lafdul enjoyed every moment of it, not.
You intended to do it, sure, but it was a mistake. The book that had cursed Braxon for so long, which led to more shenanigans, of course.
Especially during a fight.
I
God.
was always up for a bit of fun.
It was a fight that was totally avoidable, too. You guys were in a cave. It couldn't get to you. It would have eventually wandered off, but no,
Yeah, but
you had to
I'm
go
so sick.
kill poor, innocent, flesh-eating dinosaurs. So
Well,
terrible.
let's just say it was.
Innocent Braxon.
Yeah, let's just say it's the only combat I've had for about 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're definitely a bit rusty, as you can tell. You almost got eaten.
All right. Anyway, you guys are undergoing the trip, continuing on. Was there
Lafdul's going to complain during the trip.
any? Okay.
It's just, flavor.
Are
Because
we
he hasn't
there
been-
yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? God, Lafdul, shut up! I have to go to the bathroom. Should have gone before we left.
We could maybe do a shorter day today and rest up a bit.
Nah. Why would we?
You had a pretty short day previously.
We're behind. Well, we had a short day yesterday.
Yeah, you guys managed to cover a whole 1.5
Out of
miles.
curiosity, can
Yes.
I do a herbalism check to see if there's anything that would make me feel a little bit better? Might give me a little bit more energy. I don't know.
Some sort of coffee plant.
I don't know anything.
I mean, you can try.
I want to try herbalism. Ain't goes nothing. Couldn't get any worse, surely.
Okay.
Pass.
There is nothing that you've spotted on your trip so far that would do what you're looking for.
I'm keeping a vague eye out for it.
Okay. All right. Well, the storm has passed. There's now a light breeze. Is there anything that you guys want to do going forward as you travel?
Well, because we have guides now, instead of ranging in front, I'm ranging on the side. But that's
Okay.
about it.
Okay,
I moved my token.
that's fine.
Do they have a particular way of scouting themselves as they're going as a group?
They don't seem to scout much. They seem to maintain a pretty
Oh.
tight group.
I mean, if we're like a huge group of people, then it's quite intimidating to attack.
Yeah, would be.
Yeah,
I imagine
Braxon
the
will move
random
out a bit the other
encounter
way.
change. I imagine the random encounter table change.
All right, we'll just find like 3 dinosaurs instead. It's a family.
Well, is there anything in particular that you guys want to do on the trip, or just kind of go forward, try and maintain the pace, stuff like that?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
keep
think that's all I
climbing.
wanna do.
I am still gonna be keep on checking, looking above the tree line occasionally.
Okay.
But other than that,
Braxon might look out for useful things on the way.
I'll
What
also
sort of
keep an eye
useful
out
thing?
for-
What sort of useful things are you looking for?
Things we can eat, or nice looking bits of wood that could be turned into a staff or a bow or something.
In the forest.
Yeah.
Faster swords.
yeah, before he picks some nightshades berries.
Lafdul's
No.
keeping an eye out for herbs, any useful herbs, basically.
Oh, Braxton's also going to look out for any signs of civilization, crash ships, anything like that.
Okay.
We're heading towards.
Actually, Old,
I'm just putting some
I'm-
tokens on for the
here's
the orcs.
something I wanted to do.
Yep.
I'm actually going to use that amulet. The heal ailments. I'm going to try and see what it does on myself.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I am slightly injured. I don't know what it's going to do. I'm seeing if it does healing or make me feel better. It might just be cure poisoning. I don't know. I'm going to find out.
All right, give me just a second. I need to double check. That is.
I've got like a terrible description for this amulet.
Well, it's because you don't really know what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
you'll
only
pretty much
has-
always need to start trying things out that you don't really know what they do.
Yeah. That's why I said the next source of water we come across, I'm gonna see if I can do anything with my sword. That what seems to be water related.
Do I know that I can invoke various powers and it just uses up one of the pearls or something?
You don't know.
Alright, I'm going to find out now.
Okay. Let's see. So you get 12 hit points restored.
Hey, you're not full.
Nice.
Alright, I know it does healing.
Alright.
Alright,
Yep.
what's the
You hold
reduction
the
on
the bead and make a prayer to Erevan. And the wounds that you took stitch up and you feel quite a bit better.
Ooh,
And the bead changes color. Right?
does it?
Nope.
It doesn't?
No.
You don't see any change to the beads.
There might be a daily use thing or something. I'll have to find out.
Mm.
Helps to use them.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to see if it'll work. I'm going to use it on Yeldan. See if it's a strained thing.
Okay. And what are you trying to invoke?
The healing again.
All right, Yeldan, you get 6 hit points restored.
Okay.
Does it change?
Nope.
Yeah. Anyone particularly injured? I know Ockar's Wolf's a little bit injured, but I'm not too fussed about him. He's only a little bit injured.
Oh,
You're not.
wow.
You're not too fussed if Ocker's.
He's not here to
dies.
defend his wolf.
Wow, so cruel there.
Not being cruel.
He's
I'm
a
not-
thief.
I'm not mentioning I'm a priest as well.
So
Yeah, how injured is Levy? Because I can't tell because she's underneath my portrait.
Move your portrait then.
Move. Yeah.
She's full.
What
I'm fine.
about
Is she
Anyway,
giving you a
fine.
piggyback?
what about the other jewel?
Yeah, we can't see
Jewel
her
will wave
as
you off
far.
if you ask. She says she's fine.
She says, "Don't worry about me. I'm an NPC."
NPCs like to stay alive, you know, if someone's offering healing.
Yeah, if you
Obviously,
say anything, if
because-
you say anything to me, I'll tell you now. I'll be better with this rest.
Yeah, I think. Well, Braxton's hurt a little.
No, I'm not going to use a consumable on like 1 hit point. Less.
It's a little bit more
How-
than 1 hit point, but it doesn't matter.
Wait. I can't see. Where's your character?
Off to the right.
Oh. All right. I'll use one on Braxon then.
Here,
Okay.
where the green and pink circles are.
All right.
Pink.
Braxon, you are restored for 15 hit points.
Woohoo!
15. Jesus. Well, you've got a lot of hit points in
Obviously-
general, though.
I don't know if I can be restored for 15 hit points. Hang on.
Yeah, you just go up to max.
Yeah.
All right. I've had 3 uses of it. Did I have a vague idea of how much? Can I tell anything from this
Not really.
necklace? Did I get like a one detect magic was used on it to know what was the aura strength of it?
It's pretty potent magic. You remember that. But you don't. I mean, that's really all you know. I mean, you should have everything written down. I do know that you guys failed to identify
All the
some
uses,
powers
yeah.
of it. All right.
Yeah, carry on, I guess.
All right. The orcs. I just have them here. They kind of keep together, not quite with you, like next to you, kind of thing. Keeping the kids in the children in the middle.
They're right to fear us.
It's not that they fear you,
They should.
because there's about the same number of you as there are of them.
Yeah.
Although
Higgimus is kind of too intimidating.
Higgimus is fairly large, yes.
So is Ockar's wolf.
Yeah.
And most of our warriors are wearing plate armor of some sort, metal armor.
Yeah, and they do seem rather impressed with that. They do some talking amongst
It's a bit
themselves
dented up.
in Orcish as you guys get going. But that's
Yeah,
about
don't
it.
try to betray us.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, don't try to betray us.
I mean, do you want to talk to them or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
This is
If it's just small talk, then you just give them the squinty eye or something and just carry on.
I mean, it's an
Arrowed
Orcish,
eyes.
so...
Yeah.
And I don't believe any of you understand that language.
No.
I don't.
And I'll
mean, I
still
can
be
talk to 'em,
paying
but that's-
attention, trying to pick up particular phrases or something every now and again.
Okay.
Braxon might occasionally talk to them in different languages to see if any of them understand.
You know Elven... Do you know Elven? You know Dwarven and Tinker Gnome, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know Elven too. No, they don't know
Yeah.
any of those languages. So that you talking to them in other languages, they you know when you try to initiate conversation, they just kind of shake their head and shrug at you, having no idea what you're saying. Then look over at Higgimus, expecting a translation.
What are you trying to say to him, Braxon?
Just, do you speak Tinker Gnome? Oh, sorry, do you speak Tinker Gnome?
I say he's trying to speak to you in other languages to see if you speak them.
That elicits kind of a guffaw from their leader, Luke Gore.
Uh-huh.
But then they go back to themselves.
Do they know any of the languages Leva speaks?
Are you going to do the same thing that Braxon is?
Mm-hmm.
What languages can you speak?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
There's a
sure
lot
they're
different
only going to be able to
ones.
speak, like the, what would you call it? Goblin type languages? Goblin orc
Goblinoid
languages?
or Goblin Kid.
Goblinoid languages? Those type of languages.
They might know ogre if ogre's a language.
It's just too bad none of us know Orcish, so we could pretend we don't understand what they're saying, but totally know what they're saying.
There's spells for that.
There are spells for that, yeah. Do you have any of them memorized?
Nope.
Well, that doesn't help you too much. All right. Well, the first leg of your trip is fairly uneventful. There's just a gentle breeze blowing through the wind, through the trees right now. After a couple hours, you do get to a brook, and this is probably what you were seeing before with the, when you climbed up to the top of the trees. It's not very wide at all, so it's pretty easy to cross.
Should we refill our water while we're here?
You can definitely refill water if you want.
I'm gonna check it use a survival check to make sure it's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you can check.
Go ahead and do so.
We purify it anyway, I assume, at some point.
Oh yeah, this is clean water. It's clean and clear.
Great.
Yep.
The water skins.
The orcs also are filling up some water skins. They do have some backpacks. Like they're fairly crudely made. Looks like branches and bones and leather made into kind of a backpack form.
Like wicker stuff.
Not wicker, no.
Oh.
It's bone wood and leather.
So yeah. We'll have to use one of Higgimus's ring charges this time around. Because we came across this night.
Okay, is there anything else you want to do with the brook?
Have a drink.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just...
Have a quick splash wash.
Here, since I rolled so well, I'll ask, does it seem like fish pass through this brook?
Nothing. It's not really large enough for fishing.
Oh.
There might be some small fish in there, minnow type things.
Yeah, it's not worth the time.
Since we're at like a unique area, so to speak, can I do another herbalism check to see if there's anything useful?
Sure.
Like healing or I don't know, just any useful herbs. Where is it?
Nope, you don't find anything. Now, I will also mention that you really have not seen anything that you would make wicker out of since that came up.
Are there any berries in general?
No willow trees.
You have not seen any. You have not seen any berries.
Right.
There has been no willow tree.
As you finish up filling up your water skins and everything like that, and any other containers that you might want to use to hold water, you do hear through the trees the sound of movement and some kind of honking chirp type sounds. You did hear this before. The same sound.
It's one of those.
What came out after us after that?
I'm sorry?
What? Last time we heard that noise, what came out to attack us? What was the last thing that came out to attack us? Nothing?
Yeah, no.
It was a loud scream.
You did not hear. You did not hear. You did not meet whatever made the sound before.
Okay, I will ask the orcs. I was like, noise? Question in a question tone.
All right, Lucor turns to you, and you see that the other orcs are getting their spears ready, and she gives you a grin and says, dinner.
All right, I'll get my bow out.
I kind of to myself go, ew, and I'll say to everybody else, they think it's something you guys can hunt and eat.
Oh, food. Cool. Pull up my bow.
Didn't we kill a dinosaur recently, though?
Yeah, we ate that morning, though.
Yeah.
We ate the part of it that we...
How long have we been traveling?
It's
Probably midday now, right?
Well, I mean, there aren't days. You've been traveling 2 to 3 hours now.
It might be small and transportable for later on.
Mm.
Higgimus can carry it.
So,
Always carrying it.
the 4 other orcs with the 2 leaders, they head out with their spears. Did you guys want to go with them?
Yep.
Higgins
I'll
will
go
not,
with
because he
myself.
would just hurt their efforts.
Okay. Who's going with them?
Yeldan
Braxon.
will follow. Because
Braxon
the
will tag
tree...
along.
So, because the tree, the branches are so thick, it is possible to travel in the trees, right? Kind of?
Yeah.
How noisy? Who's the noisiest person? Is Braxon the noisiest?
Braxon would definitely be the noisiest.
How much
Ockar is not
noisier?
going to go with them.
I'll be quite noisy, actually, if I'm up there.
No,
with...
me and you are generally going to be quite quiet, and if they're general like ranger or hunters, they're going to be quiet as well.
Yeah.
If Braxton's going to compromise us, I would advise against it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling him he can't. I'm just saying I'd say it might hurt the chances. Because you're going to be
Well-
kinking around in that armor.
Well, if he looks like he's causing a problem here, hang back.
No, I'm putting it out there. Does it look like he'd be compromising us? Does it look like he's being really noisy compared to the rest of us?
Yeah, he's wearing metal armor, so yeah.
All right, yeah. Ask him. We'll bring back something if we find something.
So I'm gonna definitely... I thought about doing the treetop stuff, but I was like, that's actually noisy, if I recall what you said. So I'll be on the ground.
Okay.
Go out.
Braxton, are
Yeah,
you
I'll-
still going to go, or are you going to...
Do the orcs look like they don't want Braxton to go with them?
They're already, like, moving off, so, you know, and they can't speak your language anyway.
Yeah.
They're actually spreading out.
Yeah, I'm thinking Braxton might spread out and flank them.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I'll spread out, I guess, then, as well.
Okay. All right, so you 3 do travel in the direction of the sound, which is basically, you know, upstream along the brook.
I see which direction the wind's from.
The wind is basically coming from the direction of travel, so you know, perpendicular to the way you're going.
Okay. Then no.
Okay.
I smell it being blown towards it.
Yeah. The orcs kind of like melt into the trees and brush. Yeldan, you actually have a fairly easy time noticing where they are. Lafdul, you pretty quickly lose track of them, however. And Braxon
I'm tired.
completely loses track of them.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing that they're doing.
Okay.
Move side
Yeah.
and hide in shadows.
All right.
I'm
So
Attempt to do that as well.
you guys head upstream, and you find a spot along the brook where the water widens out and calms down, kind of forms a pond of some sort. There's a little, you know, trickling waterfall going into it, but it's only about like 1.5 feet high.
For my rolls, it's 35% and 31. 35 is for move style.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's 45.
Mine's 0. Braxton will hang back a bit.
Okay. As you are moving up there, the sounds do get louder, and you do, you know, when you get to this pond, you're you know, kind of peeking through the branches and everything like that, and you see a small, for lack of a better word, herd or flock of creatures. There's about a dozen of them.
Does it look like the same thing that the leg of the bird-like creature we ate the other day came from?
Really hard to tell, considering that had been kind of shredded. But there is about a dozen of them, and They are bipedal bird-like creatures, covered in not feathers per se, but they're like feather-like filaments. And they're clearly drinking and munching on some of the plants near the water and honking to each other. They're only about 4.5 feet high when they when they stand up, kind of thing. But
So-
they're good length long.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to circle around to the far side of them in case they try to, so it's easier if they try to run in that direction, but I'm going to circle from around the side where I'm downwind from them. So my scent isn't blown towards them.
Okay. All right. The orcs are they've spread out and they're moving in roughly a line towards the group. But once you start moving around, you wouldn't be able to see them anymore, so you won't know what exactly they're doing. Braxon and Lafdul, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna follow Yeldan, I guess, because I can probably do the same as him.
Okay. And Braxon?
Braxton's going to try not to disrupt the hunt, so he'll get in, and if the birds start running off, he'll run in and see if he can catch one or something.
Okay.
Or kill one. But he'll hang back and let the orcs make the first move.
Take it you got your bow ready just in case then.
Yeah, he'll get his bow ready.
I'm using non-magical arrows this time around. I was able to prepare in advance.
All right. So once you're all set up, you suddenly hear a bird sound, unlike the ones coming from these creatures, and as soon as you hear that sound, the orcs charge out of the brush with their spears and try to spear the nearest of the creatures. What are you gonna do?
Lafdul's gonna start unleashing arrows at them.
Okay.
Not on the
Same.
orcs.
Same.
Okay.
I'm
And
doing
Braxton?
this.
You know.
Yeah, Braxton will move.
I'm sorry, you
It's not-
broke up.
You
Sorry.
broke up, yeah.
You got your bow out, so you're shooting arrows.
Is that what you're doing? You're shooting arrows at the creatures, or are you doing something else?
He said he had his bow out, so.
Yeah, just checking to make sure that that's what he wants to do.
Can you hear me?
He's having mic
Yeah,
mic
what are you doing?
problems. Just type it.
Well, I can hear you now. What are you doing?
You can hear me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braxton's not going to shoot at the creatures that are near the orcs in case he hits the orcs. He'll shoot at the creatures that aren't directly near the orcs if he can.
I assume we have time beforehand to shoot them before the orcs even get into range.
That's true.
Because
Because they're
orcs are
running at
charging.
them.
As soon as they start charging, I'm going to let loose my arrow because I would have been prone, ready, not prone. You
Okay.
know, knocked to shoot.
All right. Well, but they didn't give you a because you couldn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah,
and
no, I'm just improvising.
No one
I
thought to
thought
ask
I-
Higgimus. No one thought to ask Higgimus to try and set up a plan or find out what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I heard as soon as I heard the bull cut, I heard a different bird call. It's like, okay, that's them.
Yeah, but it was still a bit of a surprise for you. But
Alright.
you guys do manage to, along with the orcs, you do manage to bring down 2 of the creatures.
How many arrows did I shoot?
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. You're
certainly.
able to get them back. I don't care.
Okay.
I've only actually got 5 flight arrows actually.
The creatures do scatter and flee at the orcs' charge. But in the confusion and everything like that, and with your arrows, 2 of them are killed. And the orcs pretty quickly hoist them up between them and start taking them back to the rest of the group.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I guess we head back.
Okay. Back with the rest. The orcs quickly butcher the animals, leaving some
gross,
parts behind that you'd guess that they
Awful.
don't want. and they're carrying the rest because they know that they still have a trip to go in front of them.
Yeah, it's field dressing.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys will have some dinner for.
Except Higgimus.
Yes, except Higgimus.
Except Higgimus.
Sorry, there's plenty of leaves to eat around. Lafdul shrugs.
Okay. After that, the rest of the day's trip is fairly uneventful. It's pretty quiet, although it does begin to rain near the end of your day's journey.
Do you mention to Yeldan that you're missing? You need some more flight arrows.
I've got 5 regular flight arrows. I've got silver and magical arrows as well.
I have 40 flight arrows. That's why I was asking.
All right, Lafdul would mention if he saw you with lots of arrows, if he has.
I have. Yeah. Wait. When you get back, like before
like 5
left,
flight arrows.
5.
I will ask for 5 flight arrows if he'll give me 5.
I think you should know by now that
Yeldan has a lot of arrows.
Yeah, Yeldan always has a lot of arrows.
All right, I thank Yeldan for 5 arrows.
You would have noticed that before we left, because you would have saw him switch out the arrows in his quiver, and when you got back, because he would have.
Oh, you make arrows for a living as well, or sort of.
Okay. So do you guys want to let the orcs find a campsite for you, or do you want to?
I mentioned to Higgimus. Do they understand magic? Can you ask them?
Yes.
I'm guessing they do.
I tell them that I have a spell that will help create a campsite. They just need to find a good area.
Okay. I will mention to the orcs. Is it getting to the point where we need to find a campsite?
Yeah. You.
Okay.
You travel another 4 or 5 hours after.
Okay. I'll say to the orcs, if you can find a campsite, we can make it ready for us.
Lucor nods and converses to the other orcs.
Tell him I can also help look for one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're native to land there. They got an advantage.
They spread out, and after about 30 minutes, they have found a reasonably dry spot. There's no caves or anything like that, but
does it have leaves and shelter around, so I got something I can work with?
Yeah, it's the tree cover above it is a bit denser, so it's kept it drier, and it is a sort of a rise, so there's no water rushing down it or anything like that.
All right, I will use my create camp to create camp. I instruct everyone to do the usual things. If Higgimus could translate that, if they want their stuff to be prepared in the camp spell.
Is there a limit on the size of the camp based on people?
Yes, I think there is. 1 second.
Because you do have more people with you now.
An area. Desired area for campsite in an area 50-foot radius or less. The number of persons campsite equal to 3 times the level of the caster, so 15 I can do up to.
Okay, you're good then. Okay, there's some sounds of surprise and amazement once you cast a spell and it begins setting up the campsite, and
I point to my backpack and I point to in the middle, put it on the ground, put stuff there.
Yeah, and then.
Well, I mean, Higgimus is carrying a tent, and he put it down. Higgimus, would you say something to them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll say, if you want your stuff to be put up, flop it down here.
All right. They do so, and get their tents put up. They're kind of crude structures, much patched together, with bone and wood instead of, the wood and metal that you would have on yours, and for stakes and tent poles and stuff like that. And like they have a total of 3, and none of them are the same. Very much handmade and everything like that. So, but they seem to do the job. Once they're up, it seems like they would keep whoever's inside dry and everything like that. And there's considerable surprise from them as the spell takes effect and sets up the campsite and creates a campfire and everything like that.
Lafdul's going to hit the sack as soon as he's available, able to. He's going to be exhausted.
As soon as the sack exists.
All right. With that, you got the orcs begin to cook up the meat that they got. As they traveled, they were removing the feather-like filaments from the bodies and everything like that. And once the campsite is set up, they begin to cook it all.
All right, I guess I finished up a day's worth of rations for myself then.
Yeah.
I'm still going to eat before I sleep.
All right. The meat is pretty similar to what you had before, if not the exact same. The
Same bread-like creature.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely could be.
Are they better cooks than us or worse?
Definitely not as good.
Yeah, because me and Lev aren't cooking it.
They're definitely not as good. But I mean, at the same time, they're basically just roasting them. Not trying to do anything fancy.
Orcs generally have a higher tolerance for less cooked meat than us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, these are cooked satisfactory, so it's not like they're undercooked or anything like that. All right, and with that, once the food is all cooked and everyone is eaten, they begin to get ready for sleep. Higgimus, they do say that they will also keep watch.
We just do joint watches.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, they will have one of their members on watch while you also have one of your members on watch.
Yeah,
okay.
Braxon's going to ask Higgimus to introduce him to the person who's on watch at the same time as him.
Okay.
Exchange names, basic commands to each other.
Okay, let's see. Braxon, you're on third watch, so, where's that sheet? Okay.
Let's see. Make sure I don't get my guy eaten by dinosaurs.
The orc that you will be on watch with is named Droosh.
Droosh?
Yeah. That's what he's introduced as.
I wonder, how did the orcs look at Yeldan when he has a hat, sleeps in a hammock?
Their leader comments to Higgimus that the one who sleeps in trees would make a nice meal for the creatures around here.
Who's the one that's sleeping in the trees? Yeldan?
Yes.
Yeldan. But the campsite should be quite well hidden.
I'll say to Yeldan, hey Yeldan, they seem to think that you're sleeping in the tree is a bad idea.
Yeah, I noticed those monkeys. I'm still sleeping up here. That spell that Lafdul uses also helps hide the campsite.
I'll look at the orcs and I'll just kind of shrug my shoulders.
At that, she shrugs her shoulders and kind of gives you a comment in Goblin. It's like, okay, whatever. Best translation. So, they retire and get some sleep. You guys are going to be changing any spells. Go ahead and do so. Anyone who is injured and gain a hit point back. I will check Ockar and his wolf.
+1.
I will be using contact home power in the morning.
3
Okay.
hit points left to go. To heal up.
Okay. Anything that you guys gonna do special on your watch, or just gonna go keep as you've been doing?
As we've been doing.
I
Did
guess clean my guns to make sure that they're in good shape here.
Okay.
Guns,
Yeah, they
things.
definitely need it considering it's pretty humid and everything.
did Higgimus pass on the warning about creatures from above?
He
Yes.
said openly, talked to Yeldan pretty open, so everyone would have heard it.
Yeah. Okay, so Braxon will be checking up in the trees
Okay.
as
Yeah,
well as
but-
around.
Yeah, I guess I didn't mention it, but after the encounter with the Zoom monsters, Yeldan probably would have done that.
Alright.
Like, cool, there's creatures that attack us from the tree. I think they were Zoom monsters out of character, but
What's the sort of area around us like? Is it possible for creatures to get into our trees quite easily?
all the trees are connected.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Ah,
it's a very dense
Canopy.
canopy, so not so dense that the large creatures can't walk through them, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
some things in the trees could easily get you again, kind of thing.
All right. Okay, then Braxton's going to be paying special attention to the trees.
Okay. On their watches, the orcs move out of the firelight, and you actually cannot see them. For those of you without infravision and everything like that, you cannot see them when you're in the firelight.
Well, yeah, Yeldan doesn't stick around in the firelight during his watch.
Yeah.
For the same reason that they're not.
Okay. All right, about halfway through the rest, the rain lets up, and you just have a strong, reasonable breeze blowing through the trees. Okay. But other than that, the night passes fairly uneventfully. As you guys are waking up and getting some breakfast, spellcasters are memorizing their spells and everything like that. You do notice that the one who was wearing red armor, he does seem to go out to the edge of the camp and take what Lafdul you would consider a reverent pose, and he does appear to be praying.
I
Does
Well,
this
yeah.
guy have one eye?
No, he does not.
Okay. Thought I'd check.
You
All
do,
the portraits do, but that's...
you do know enough about Orcish religion to know that not all priests of Grumsh take out an eye, though.
Oh, yeah, but...
That's more of a
That's the most
shaman
obvious.
thing to do than a priest thing to do.
That's the obvious sign.
You guys
Right.
changing your spells around and everything like that?
Yeah, I've done my spells.
Okay.
I have
Yep.
contact home power that I'm going to cast straight away, so 7 days ago.
Okay.
I need to refresh my notes on that, and I will be using. Do we need water? So I have create food and water ready. Do we need anything?
You still have leftover meat from the night before.
What about
so
water-wise?
Food is fine.
Yeldan's good on water because he has 2 water skins.
All right. See how long that lasts without my spell casting.
I mean, it's up to you guys about
He
water.
doesn't. He doesn't
I know.
mention. But...
No. I assume people have used their water throughout the night, throughout the trip since Simbrook, so
Yeah.
I will be using it to refresh everyone.
All right, so you are going to cast Create Food and Water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Look at Higgimus and say, pit.
Say what?
I say pit.
To cast the water.
Oh,
in.
right, yeah.
So you go and dig the pit, Higgimus?
Yeah, I'll do that for him.
Okay.
It's for me too, so.
The orcs are kind of looking at you oddly when you are digging the pit. And
Tell
as you're
them to
just
get
about
water
done,
skins.
they start bringing over the old bones, and Lucor says, "Good idea. We keep predators off our backs."
I say,
and
hold
they're-
on one sec.
Once,
I hold up a finger and be like, hold on.
Lafdul comes over.
She looks at you strangely. Okay, but tells the other orcs
Just-
to wait.
put it on a pile next, nearby.
Yeah, because Yeldan was gonna bury the fire in there.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, and that's we've never really thought about it until now.
All right, so you're casting create food and water and creating the water in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can do 4 temporary healing potions as well.
All right.
I will give. Yeah. How many fighters we got? Higgimus. Yeah, to the full fighters.
All right. So you guys get the water then, and once everyone has taken what they need,
I'm assuming the orcs are like, ooh, water.
Yeah.
they had quite a bit of they filled up a number of water skins, so they didn't need it, but they definitely take the opportunity to fill up the rest of their water skins that they'd already used. Okay, and then
we dump the remains of the fire and bones.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys get going again.
Alright, so Higgimus, Braxon, Yeldan, and Ockar will have temporary healing potions.
Okay.
And I have a couple of healing spells, maybe.
Lucor says that she thinks it'll take 2 more days of travel.
2?
Yeah, to get there.
Forget we're going at Higgimus' speed, so.
Yeah, they do comment that they could go a bit faster. Braxon, you had a microphone problem.
Levat says she's gotten comprehend languages, so if you want to talk to them about something more difficult, then let me know.
How long does that last?
1 second. Not very long, but long enough. 5 rounds per level.
Okay.
Can Higgimus ride Ockar's wolf?
No.
No.
Ockar would be riding it if anyone.
Ockar, and probably Okkar's the only one that the wolf lets him ride. Ride. Wait,
Then that's commanded.
Well, I mean, do you guys want to use that spell to converse more, or not? You don't.
That
Save
doesn't-
it.
there's no need.
I mean, if it doesn't get used up throughout the night, we can use it just before going to bed. Same with my detect magic. Something might happen along the way. So.
Just checking.
If nobody else wants to use it, I do, because Leva is curious. She wants to know from them how they happen to be in this situation, and more than what they managed to convey in this pidgin language that they used with Higgimus.
Braxton's just assumed they came on those ships.
I mean,
Yeah.
no one's really
Yeah,
asked them much so far, and I mean, just because it's not really a pigeon, it's just goblin on both of their
300 years of
yeah, but that's still I mean, once you start figuring out the differences, then communication becomes a lot easier.
We've had a couple of days to work it out. Well, sounds anyway.
Not that anyone has been trying.
Well, Leva is trying. She also lets them know that we only have a limited time to speak, and then we will go back to gobbledygook.
So do you want to cast that in the morning once you got it memorized and talk to them? Or are you going to wait? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
okay.
thought we were gonna
I want
wait.
to cast it when we have the time. So it's better to cast it in the evening when we sit down for the evening.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
What,
That's
what it
what
was.
I'm trying to find out.
Okay.
Does that spell cover one person or everyone?
No,
Just
just
one.
her.
I just understand the language for however long it is. 1 round per level.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
no,
would-
5 rounds per level.
that means you can't actually speak to them. Correct?
I can't.
Does it give you the ability
I
to-
read.
But does it give you the ability to speak?
Nor does the spell enable the caster to speak or write. No.
Okay.
Higgimus, will you help? And I
Uh.
need to touch the person. So it is with 1 person.
All right. So the
That's at
problem
the
is
end
that
of
That's
it,
an evening.
I mean, even so, it only lets you understand what someone is saying, but you
You can
can't
refine the language more.
converse back.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's magical translation. It doesn't, it
Ye-
wouldn't help you with any kind of knowledge.
Or what? Well, the point is, if she were to use that with Higgimus and the orc leader, she could translate better translate the words, so they have a more clearer understanding of the words.
Mm-hmm.
If well, we don't know if words are getting misused or something.
Right, but I also said that if you actually talk to them for a while, you will eventually figure out the differences, and you won't need to worry about it.
All right.
I mean, Asher's
Never mind.
is, for all intents and purposes, completely fluent in Goblin, and they're completely fluent in Goblin. It's just that there's some differences between them that you need to work out.
Mm. Well, Braxon will occasionally talk to them and not understand anything.
But that's Braxon.
After we'll be trying to guess the basic idea of basic things like what food is, what's noise, and that. Out of Orcish, and I would tell him that Elven translation or common.
Okay. After the before you guys actually get going, you realize that Jewel has left the campsite. This is the morning. You didn't see her in the tent, Leva, when you woke up.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
She disappeared.
I go outside the tent and look around. Do I see her anywhere?
Not immediately at the campsite.
I call over to Yeldan. Yeldan, would you mind having a look whether you can trace her tracks?
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Because I was on the last watch. Did I see her get out?
You did not.
Okay, then I will have a look around.
Okay, you're gonna use tracking.
There it is.
Go ahead and give me that roll, and let's see.
Ah, nope.
Okay. No, the nature of the campsite and everything like that. You're not able to identify her tracks there and everything like that.
How long ago was it?
You don't know.
Don't,
No one
no
saw her
idea.
leave.
Mm-hmm. I would have had to type magic. She might have used magic to obscure and stuff. I was thinking I could probably pick up the traces of it, but It's been
It
a
doesn't
few
usually.
hours.
It doesn't usually leave like a trace. Like if you cast
no. But
a
if she
spell on
uses,
yourself.
Well, I figure if she's not back when we camp, I'll try find her again. But
Could the wolf track her?
Let's find out.
What about Tam?
Yeah, tank of tracker.
Unfortunately, no. Ockar is not able to. Part of it is because Ockar is not trained as wolf to respond to such requests. But he's not able to help you in this situation.
Well, Tayan
wasn't the same thing.
anyone. Well, the Tayan has however, did similar things like follow a scent.
Mm.
Someone leave a message here then.
Well, like I said, if she's not back by the time we leave, then I'll try to find her again. But other than
Oh,
that,
I'll ask the
she's
orcs
gotta
if they
come
saw.
back for her tent, right?
I'll ask the orcs
Yeah.
if they seen where she went.
The orc that was on watch with Yeldan is named Sankor, and she tells you that she did not see anyone leave the camp.
Is the tent? I guess we. Well, there's still a lot of things going on, so
Higgimus, we did destroy the book, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay, so she hasn't found the book and sits somewhere reading.
And keep in mind that, you know, I mean, this is what you noticed when you got up. So this is before you've memorized spells and everything like that. So you're going to be here for a little while doing that.
yeah.
Especially with all the spells that Lafdul used.
Yeah.
That's
Hey!
why it's like
Hello.
hello.
Hey, welcome back.
When we go to leave, Yeldan's gonna do one more tracking check because it's gonna, if she hasn't shown up, and try to find her again, but that's when we go to leave. So does she show back up eventually?
Well, let me find out if anyone has any other ideas that they want to do while the spellcasters are memorizing their spells.
I'm keeping an eye on her tent as it's because she's the one carrying it. So
Lafdul would mention that. Check your equipment.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Did
check
she-
my stuff.
Did she? Was she acting weird, like the day before or anything like that?
Nope.
No.
Nothing suspicious.
Hmm.
Braxon's going to go up into the trees and have a look around.
Okay.
You jumping up into a tree, I think.
Might do, or he might climb up a rope.
Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, because that depends on what I roll and stuff like that.
Okay. Climbing up a rope's probably safer.
Okay. So you're gonna use your rope of climbing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you easily get up in the trees, and you can see lots of other trees.
Can I see like any of her clothes ripped on the branches or anything?
Not up in the trees up above everything.
Okay.
Can
Do
I?
you want to fly?
No, that's all right.
I guess I'll take a look around my wolf for him to try to track the scent or something.
Yeah, you guys already asked for that, and your wolf was not able to help in that regard.
Oh, okay, never mind. I wasn't here for that.
Nope, that's fine.
Well, Ockar was.
So, you guys, other than that, are just gonna wait, see if she shows up before you're ready to leave?
yep,
I think so.
like
Yeah.
it's her tent, so she's the one who's in charge of packing it.
All right. About
Braxon will do like a circuit around the camp a few times.
Yeah, we just do a full search around the camp site.
okay.
area.
After about an hour, I assume that you need much more than that to memorize all your spells.
I
Lafdul?
need 210 minutes, so 3 hours.
Okay. All right.
Over.
So at that point, you still have about 2 hours left to finish up your memorization, and she does return without a word. Just kind of walks in and sits down next to the campfire and starts eating some of the remains from dinner.
Braxon comes up to her and says, "Are you okay? We've been looking for you for ages."
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you were. No, I just had to check on something.
All right. Well, one of
Well,
us could go with you to
maybe-
guard you if you.
Maybe give us a heads up next time when you have to step away for a bit.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't even think that you might be concerned.
Well, we're in a
I was-
forest filled with giant lizards that have been trying to eat us. Sometimes, in this situation, yeah, we probably get worried if one of us suddenly vanished.
I could see how you might feel that way. I do
we're with
apologize.
strangers.
Well, my concern would be the fact that if it gets out that we let one of our people that was a pasture or a paid for to be around us get killed, then it will look bad on the company.
That's a good point. I did not think about that. I do apologize for that.
We don't want to be known as the group that got their passenger eaten by a T-Rex or something.
Oh, giant lizard.
Lafdul will
Giant lizard.
mention it. Did you have to wander off to regain spells?
No? Why would you think that?
We all have different ways of getting back our spells.
Oh, yeah, but I haven't needed to do that before.
Alright. Lafdul shrugs.
So, is there anything interesting out there?
Oh, I mean, I would imagine that the orcs here would know much more about that than me.
Yeah, but it seems like the only person that can talk to the orcs is Higgimus.
Hmm.
Speaking of that, do you speak Orcish?
I can understand it, but I can't speak it.
The only languages I know are Common, Elven, and Dwarven.
Here.
I am sorry that I caused some consternation for you. I do apologize again. It was not my
That's fine.
intention to do that.
It's fine.
All right. Well, nothing lost, I guess. Let's be heading out.
Well, a couple hours later.
It does take a couple more hours.
No,
Yes,
Higgimus
that's
still
fine.
says that, and you guys will say, "Oh, we still need to get going."
Whoa.
Meanwhile,
Braxon.
Big Mac gets...
Yeah,
Sucked
I think
into a vacuum.
you might need to like reconnect your microphone and disconnect from Discord and reconnect kind of thing.
Sounds like it's falling down or something.
Yeah, it definitely
it
seems to
might
have a loose
be-
connection.
It might be he's yanking out his cord.
Yep.
Yeah,
well,
he said that to me.
he's working on it. All right, so
I'm back.
hopefully
I think I need to buy a new cable.
that might be it too. All right, well, you guys get your spells back and get going. The orcs don't seem to have any concern. Like they don't seem to think that this delay in the morning was an oddity. Although the orc and the red male definitely finished up earlier than the rest of you guys.
Well, yeah, he didn't use that many spells.
As far as you know.
Ha.
He obviously used some but because otherwise he wouldn't have had to do it at all.
Lafdul's going to ask Higgimus, and he's going to show him this holy symbol he's been holding on to. He's just wondering if they might recognize it. Can you ask them if they recognize it?
Sure.
It's composed in abundant flowers, dripped in blood. I know it's a half figure, but they might recognize it. Long shot.
Okay. So how are you going to ask that, Higgimus?
We found this a while back. Do you recognize it?
Particularly, he seems like a priest, the one in red.
Were you going to attack the? I mean, not attack. Talk to the. Sorry.
Yes, clearly.
The orc and male directly, or were you going to
Okay,
ask
so
Lucor?
this entire time I've been talking to the lady for
For the
right?
most part, yeah. Lucor.
Ask her to translate, basically.
Well, I mean,
would it be bad for me to directly talk to one of the other people? Do I think?
Well,
make an etiquette check.
Sure.
As far as you know, no.
All right, I'll approach the one orc with the wears the red chainmail, and I'll ask him.
Okay. He asks you if you'd mind if he held it for a second.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, he can hold it if he wants.
He takes it and examines it, turns it over in his hands, and then hands it back and says, "No, it's not a symbol I've ever seen before."
Okay.
I thank him for his time. It was a long shot.
Wow.
It really was.
Okay. All right. Well, with you all having your spells memorized, you guys get going again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not got Blessed Watchfulness this time. I've not bothered.
Okay.
Okay.
We're in a big group.
All right. You get going again. Unfortunately, it does start raining again. It seems to be a pretty common thing around here.
It's a
Rainforest.
it's a temperate rainforest.
It's more of a tropical, subtropical.
Well, the reason why I say temperate rainforest is because it's all coniferous, mostly pine type trees.
Oh,
Lafdul's
there's
just
other
muttering
stuff
in.
too. There's ginkgos and cycads. You have not
Lafdul's-
seen any deciduous trees.
I'm going to be mustering to myself because Lafdul say, "Oh, I could have used a spell for this." He said, "I gotta heal the party." He's just muttering, complaining.
You don't have to heal the party.
I know.
Let them,
It
let
affects
them
my survival if they die.
deal with it on their own.
Yeah.
After the rain lets up after a few hours, the wind picks up considerably stronger. But you keep going. The trip is fairly uneventful. However, as you're nearing the end of your marching day, the wind really picks up and it begins howling through the trees and impeding your progress, and it's blowing pretty strong.
I'll ask the orcs if this will pass soon, or should we stop?
They kind of talk amongst themselves for a moment. Then Lucor turns back to you and says, I don't think it'll let up anytime soon, but as long as we can keep going, we should keep going.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye out for better places to camp.
All right.
Oh, carry on, I guess.
Are you going to be looking for anything in particular, like camping site-wise?
Yeah, I'll look for a camping site.
I guess the important thing would be like something that blocks out the wind, and or is this direct just rain?
Braxon
It's
will
not
keep an
actually
eye for
raining
caves.
anymore. The rain has let up, and it's just a very, very strong wind, and it does seem to be picking up as the day wears on.
Lafdul, as he's going on in this trip, he's keeping an eye out for either herbs that help out with fatigue or with healing.
Okay.
Can I make a check on that? Or?
You have not seen anything. I mean, you've been looking. Braxon, you were saying something?
Yeah, Braxton's going to keep an eye out for caves.
Okay.
Because if we can stay in another cave, we don't have to worry about the attacks from above.
All right. Yeldan, you find a spot that you think would be pretty good. There's a bit of a rocky hill that kind of blocks most of the wind, and the orcs agree that that would be a better place to set up camp.
Right.
Okay.
So we camp for the day for the rest of the day then?
Yeah, I mean it's been about enough time, and it's better to take a good campsite than keep going and take a bad campsite just to get a little bit more time out of it. Lafdul, were you going to be casting that spell again?
Sorry, I was gonna PM something to you. We're at camp, are we? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The spell sets up a campsite, and it's still pretty windy. You guys end up having to kind of reinforce your tents, but not as much as you would if they were if you were not as sheltered as the spot you found. The orcs basically pull out some dried meat and stuff like that for their meals.
Oh, is it ration day? Because we didn't come across it.
I've got crate food and water every morning.
Yeah, but
Does that help me with my rations at all, or no?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
How much
very
does that help me?
bland.
Like a half or what? Or is it full?
It's basically full.
Oh,
when he
okay.
casts that.
Yeah, I'd be doing that every morning, so you should be having that every day.
Okay.
Yeldan eats some of his rations because he's tired of the bland stuff.
Or if you're tired of it, fine, use your rations, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
and there was
I,
also
like I said, I had a half a ration left, so for some reason, so I used that up.
there were also there was also the meat that you had the night before, although that doesn't do anything for Higgimus.
No.
Okay.
Oh, if we had that meat, yeah, Yeldan would have been.
All right. So you guys set up your camp and take your meal, and everyone retires and gets ready to set up watch. As that is happening, there's some loud crashing sounds from the other side of the hill.
As soon as that happens, I go investigate.
All right, the orcs tell you, Higgimus, that it sounds like a group of thunder beasts.
Thunder Beast, a group of them?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I say bigger or smaller than the one you met. When you met us with.
She says, much larger, but not predator.
Oh, okay. I'll convey that to everybody.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeldan just went to look to see what was making the sound.
All right.
If it doesn't look-
Yeldan, were you going to go around the hill or up the hill?
Probably up the hill to make sure that it's not coming to whatever's making the sound's not coming towards us.
Okay. You get to the top of the hill and see amongst the trees some very, very large creatures moving through the trees. You can see, the trees kind of hide the exact numbers, but you'd guess that there's at least a half a dozen individuals. And they're quadrupedal. Their heads are up near the tops of the trees entirely. They're a good 40 feet tall.
Long necks. Got it.
Very long necks, long tails, and they're just moving through, occasionally making loud honking sounds to each other. But
They're not moving towards us.
no, they're not.
Right.
They're not.
Okay. Then I'll go back. It's like, and inform them they're not heading towards us. We're fine.
Okay.
Lafdul would inquire to Higgimus, ask him, are they meat eaters or herbivores?
You said they weren't predators,
Oh, sorry.
so I'm guessing they're not meat eaters.
Pretty damn big for herb for something that
Carnivore, I mean.
Yeah, the Yeldan, they're much larger than any terrestrial creature you've ever seen before.
Yeah, like damn big things on plant eaters.
Each of their legs could easily squash any one of you flat. When you get back, do you describe that to them?
To the party, yeah. And when Higgimus said they weren't predators, pretty damn big for plant eaters.
At the description, Jules says, "Oh, I want to go take a look at these," and she darts off up the hill.
I say
Jules,
wait.
take a look.
She does
Braxon-
not wait.
Braxon will go follow quietly.
Yeah, Lafdul will follow as well. He's
Leva
interested.
does too.
Okay.
Sightseeing while we're here.
Higgimus, are you staying back, or are you going with them?
No, I'll stay back.
Okay. You do hear the orcs laugh. There's some guffaws as basically, most of your group just heads off to go see what these things are like.
Are you not coming to see the experience Pointosaurus?
No, it's alright.
The cooks
I
have
was
to.
gonna-
The
I-
cooks have to check out potential dinner. So there.
Well, you're the only cook that went. I already saw them.
So from up top of the hill, yeah, you're seeing just the rear of the group now, moving through the trees, but they are enormous. What Yeldan said did not adequately describe them. They are massive creatures. They could easily flatten Higgimus. That's how big they are. But after about 15 minutes, they're past, and you're not hearing they're not causing a shaking or anything anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say something along the. Oh, it's Big Littlefoot.
If it's like really high up and advantageous, can we see anything around here while we're here, just in general?
No, the hill is still within the forest.
We climb up a tree, make sure we're on track while I'm here.
Are those creatures going roughly the way we want to go?
No, they're cutting across your path.
Shame, we could have just followed them.
They're actually
rode on their backs.
They're actually pretty. They seem to be very good about moving through the trees in such a way that they're not knocking things over. I mean, they're flattening, low-lying brush and stuff like that, but it really wouldn't make the trip that much faster.
Right.
Fair enough.
Lafdul, you're gonna go up a tree?
Yeah, he's just getting surveying the area, that's all.
Okay.
And checking we're on track, etc.
The wind is still blowing pretty strongly, so it's tough
I'm
going.
gonna try it.
It's tough
I've got
going,
time.
and there's a few times when you almost get blown off, but you do manage to keep up.
I've got a climbing dagger, I can stick it into the tree. Or would I know that's kind of like a bad idea because it would kill the tree?
It wouldn't kill the tree.
Oh hell
I
no!
know
not
that.
this tree. They're too big for a small cut like that to kill it.
Well, I mean, it can still actually do a lot of damage. Trees can get the equivalent
No, but
of
I was
infections
just
and
wondering
stuff
if
like
it's
that, but-
needlessly.
It's just a
reckless.
case of you have to you're climbing and the wind gusts and you have to hold on tight for a moment for it to die down a little bit or move a little bit so that you're on the opposite end of the tree or something like that. But basically you're dealing with gale force winds at this point.
Right. When we went up that hill, could we see any more detail of where we're heading to?
No, the trees are way higher than the hill.
Right.
It's more of a little rise than a hill.
As I'm halfway up, I ask G-Man if he'll hold out his telescope, and I use my ring to bring it up to me.
Sure.
He can't
Don't
hear you.
fright-
He can't hear you.
No.
I would have realised this halfway up that I can't see that fact. Could I climb back down and do that? Or is this going to take too long?
I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah, I want to use the spyglass.
Okay.
I would have gone down a little bit.
You basically have to get down to the bottom, because I mean you're talking about gale force winds.
Good.
You have to be pretty close to each other up on top of this hill, in order to hear each other and stuff like that. So are you doing that?
If I'm already at the top, I'm not going to bother, actually.
Well, hang on. If Braxon went up the hill, he could go get the spyglass for Lafdul. He could even.
Yeah, no.
Lafdul needs to climb back down the tree to ask G-Man because he can't yell down. The wind is too
yeah.
loud. Okay, so you
It
get up to
it
the
doesn't matter.
you get up to the top and look around and yeah, you're still on course.
Just anything of note. That's all.
Not really.
All right, I can go back down.
Okay. Getting down is a lot easier than going up.
Yeah, especially when you fall.
Yeah.
I'm not falling.
Which you did not fall. But you do make it down to the ground. When you were up there, you do think that you'd get to the destination probably another day's trip kind of thing, and that'll get you there.
Yeah, it seems like we're on track, and the orcs seem to be good with our estimates. I
Okay.
mentioned to the group. Should we
Excellent.
carry on?
All right. The winds die down considerably overnight. But unfortunately, as you are waking up and getting ready, it does start pouring rain.
Oh, this is a new night. New day.
Is this getting worse as the closer we get to this place?
No, not really. I mean, it just seems like
miserable weather.
yeah. It's.
Ooh.
Well, do you want to ask the orcs what they think?
Yeah.
Lucor basically says this is normal.
Oh, no wonder you want to get out of here.
At that, she laughs.
All right. I'm gonna create one more temporary healing potion as well.
Okay.
Because I'll now have 5. No, hold on to it. Actually, no, I'll give it to Lever because I've got spells. The last one, so everyone apart from me's got one.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? A temporary healing potion?
Yeah, yours lasts 1 day more than the others.
Okay.
Let me just check how long. I think it's 5
That's 'cause-
days.
That's because he likes you more than us.
I think you got.
No,
that one.
you've all got
It's not like-
healing potions. Yours all last 4. I only create 5 at a time. I
I'm
could only do
joking.
4 last night.
He's punishing you for spreading rumors. So there.
Okay.
Didn't even cross my mind.
The next day.
Oh no, I got new spells as well. 2nd level spells.
You're
Yeah. During the day, I'm going to be using Aura of Comfort.
okay.
That
After
affects
finally
only you.
had an opportunity to have the spell on. So during like an unpleasant period.
All right. So while it is pouring down rain, everyone else is getting completely drenched. And this basically like creates an invisible barrier right around you that prevents the rain from touching you, right?
Yeah. And I'm at a
Only
more
you?
comfortable temperature. Yeah, only me.
Of course.
I've got a spell I can cast on other people. I've only memorized them on there.
Right. You'd need more.
Of course.
Let's see.
Hey, these take up valuable spell slots.
As you are traveling and you've cast a spell, you're comfortable, you're dry.
Everyone's shooting you looks. I
Damn it,
imagine even
Lafdul.
the orcs are.
Lafdul's just saying, yeah, being a priest does have its perks.
How long does it last? 1 hour per level?
Yeah, I think it's an hour level.
Okay. So after about an hour of this, Lucor asks you, Higgimus, it kind of like motions you aside so you're out of earshot of both your party, the rest of your party members, and the other orcs, and it says pointedly, what exactly are your companions? That's what she asks.
What
And what
are they?
you? Yeah. She says, I know you're not orcs, I know you're not ogres, although you're similar to them. I assumed you were related. we have been here for a very long time. We only know orcs, goblins, and ogres. What exactly? And she, like, kind of nods her head towards Lafdul. What is he?
Huh.
Higgimus will look over towards him.
Does Lafdul know this?
No, no.
And,
This is none of you know this.
Alright.
Higgimus will say a spoiled brat, but other than that, he is an elf.
Lafdul sneezes for some reason.
She inhales deeply, and you see a flicker of surprise pass over her face.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That's
Sorry.
torn it.
They didn't know what we were, of course.
Higgimus will say something wrong.
She's quiet for a moment, and then says, "Do not mention this to anyone else."
Okay. Higgimus will say,
300 years is a long time.
probably best is to say magical human. That'd be better.
She says to you again, "It's best if you don't say anything."
Alright.
And she goes back to her group, and you hear them talking in Orcish. The orcs are they've been giving Lafdul like odd looks the whole up to that point, and they continue to give odd looks after that, but not quite so many, and they kind of seem very dismissive towards him now.
The interesting thing is, all three of us have pointed ears, and we're not hiding the fact.
They haven't seen elves in 300 years.
So they haven't seen elves at all.
Yeah.
I doubt they're 300 years old.
Orcs don't live that long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you had plenty of opportunities to ask them about their history and stuff like that. Anyway,
I don't think Higgimus cares.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shame Higgimus is the only character to them.
Well, and it's also a shame that no one thought to just have Higgimus act as a translator. Even if he doesn't care, what's he going to do? Say, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that for you."
They're probably only suspicious of Lafdul because he's the one that's been throwing around magic.
So,
They've got
so
magic
is Lava.
users.
the
Braxon's tried talking to him a few times and he can't.
Leva could try to get Higgimus to translate for her. I know she has a bunch of questions she wants to
no
ask,
one
but
did,
would
so
Yeah.
I
the
know.
storm does let up after a few hours. Unfortunately, Lafdul, your spell doesn't last
Yeah.
quite long enough.
Yeah, it's fine. I had some relative peace for a while.
And then you still get
like-
soaked in the end, which I
Yeah.
might add the orcs found quite funny. So
Not
did
only
Jewel.
the orcs.
So did Jewel.
And
Not
Leon.
that, not that. Yeah, I agree. Everybody's like, serves you right.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Higgimus doesn't care.
Yeldan didn't say that out loud, but he thinks it.
You sure you didn't say that out loud?
I'm positive.
He just thought it out loud.
Higgimus
Maybe
doesn't
just-
have hair to get all plastered on your face and stuff like that.
He's a soldier.
Does my helmet protect my head at all from the rain?
Yeah,
It'll be a
it
bit
did for a
cloudy.
little while, but it was still so rainy and stormy that it didn't really matter. After a point, it doesn't really matter. Everything is soaked.
How heavily does it have to rain before Braxton's helmet allows him to see in the dark?
Very, 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 very heavily.
So much so that it's like you're underwater. In fact, you are underwater at that point.
It's
All right.
flooding.
So, with the end of your trip, you're actually about the orcs tell you that you're still about 2 hours away from the wreck, but it's about time to camp, and they don't really want to get any closer. They tell you, Higgimus. It's a bad place. They say. Lucor tells you that those who've gone in generally don't come out. They figure that at this point, if you don't come out, they're no worse off. So,
can she elaborate on that at all?
she says, "No one's come out. I don't know what's there." It's a cursed place. The sky dwelling of the enemies is basically what the term she uses translates to.
Sky dwelling enemies.
Sky dwelling of the enemies.
Yeah.
Sky.
Sky.
Guy.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, does Higgimus say that? I'm like,
no, Higgimus does not say that.
okay, you won't get asked a question as towards. It's like,
So,
I want to have a reason to ask about the Unhuman War, but they haven't given him.
yeah, the problem is Higgimus doesn't care, so he's not telling us anything.
Sorry. I just don't think he would.
No, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
role
fine.
playing.
So roll to find campsite again.
Okay. It has stopped raining, so you don't need to worry about that. Other than a chance of it starting to rain again.
Oh no, I didn't see. Hopefully the orcs do better.
The orcs do find a suitable place. Lafdul, you want to spend a few hours before you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Looking around. Okay. And you're casting the create campsite spell.
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay. All right. So you
Memorized.
cast that, and the orcs tell you, Higgimus, that they will keep the camp here for a time. But if they'll leave if you're not back in a few days.
Okay.
But they will be staying there and leaving you behind.
Few days. All right.
Yeah.
I'll say give us at least 4 days.
Okay.
Is Higgimus telling us any of this?
Yeah, this I'll mention. I'll say, all right, guys. When we get in there, we got about 4 days before they leave.
Well, we should talk to them about our signal whistles.
Or what?
We have whistles for signaling.
They're not going to come.
They're not
I
gonna
know,
come.
I know they're not gonna come, but we can let them know that if they hear the whistles, that it's us.
The camp is 2 hours away from the
Yeah.
wreckage.
They're not going to hear it 2 hours away.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, there's no way for them to hear it.
That is way too far away.
Yep.
All right. So, Lafdul, you do not find any berries at all.
Ugh, really?
Yep.
So you can't cast.
Yeah, I had one thing of good berries I thought I could try.
You haven't seen a single flower this entire time.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I think it's still worth telling them about the signal whistles, because if we come back and we can't find the exact location of the camp, and we're in the general area, we can signal to them.
Fair enough. I'll mention that.
You've got a tracker in your party.
Yeah, like
That's true.
I'm like,
Doesn't hurt though.
now that's like, okay then, sure. Just ignore the fact that I could probably find it with relative ease.
Yeah, but if we come back and you've been eaten, it's nice to have a backup plan.
I'm usually
Yeah.
in the back line, so it's unlikely. But
All right. Well,
I'll just sell this and just tell them anyway.
okay. They say that they're not sure if they can stay that long, but they'll try.
Okay.
Some of it depends on whether anything comes up and tries to eat them. So,
All right.
you guys make camp. Lafdul returns from looking around for berries and does not find any.
He's sad.
He's what?
He's sad. Just in general. It's like,
Cheer up.
he's
All
not
right.
depressed, but he's just in.
So, is there anything else you guys want to do this night? This evening before resting and everything.
You guys got all the spells you want correctly, or memorized and everything?
Well, I still need to sleep and memorize them.
Is everybody full up on? Do they feel the best and fully rested and ready to go?
If
Braxton's
I was
gonna
to
have.
put it into numbers, I would say I'm too short from max.
You're fine.
I know.
Oh yeah. Have we been getting our hit points back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one for the last night as well.
So that's how many hit points? One, two.
One for the last night. You'll get another one this night.
Okay, so it's
So
plus two.
I will change that to if I was to put into numbers, I'm 1 hit point away from max.
Hey, old.
Mhm.
Morning.
If I use detect magic, is it apparent?
can
It's
walk
usually
away,
apparent
cast it.
that you're casting a spell, but it's not apparent what spell you're casting.
Yeah, well, they know I use magic.
Oh wait,
so-
I would have gotten lay on hands back the previous day. I'm gonna use
before
it
sleeping.
Okay.
before. I'm gonna use lay on hands before sleeping the fully healed
Yeah.
wolf.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if we're gonna, I've got like a couple of cure light wound spells I can use if people really do want those couple of points back. Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be replacing them in
I'm
a moment.
fine.
I'm at 39 out of 42, but it's best to be maxed out.
Yeah. At this point, how many cure light
Fuel-
wound spells do you have?
I've only got 2, so
Okay.
basically 2 people could be
Um,
healed for a few shots.
And Ockar,
I think-
you did not use one of your lay on hands, so you would have used that. So your wolf will be
Oh,
full.
Yeah.
You will be full.
Okay.
I only have 1 hit point short.
You'll get that tonight. Anyone
Yeah.
else need
Yeah,
any
that's
healing?
nice.
No.
No,
I think we're all
that's
good.
That's with the healing that I'll get from tonight. I'm still
Yeah.
1 short.
Oh, you're still one.
Braxton.
All right, then you'll be full. Lafdul will cast cure light wounds on you then, probably.
Cool.
Anyone else need any?
No.
Okay.
Braxton's
Um,
gonna size up the sort of equipment the orcs have, and if there's anything we get that's not useful to us, he's gonna see whether it's useful for them. It's like a gift.
Okay. So reiterating what they had, Lucor does have a metal battle axe. It's definitely old and has seen a lot of use, but it's as well taken care of as it can be, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
She also has a longbow and stone-headed arrows. They all have stone-headed arrows. None of them have metal arrowheads. All of them, except for the one in red mail, are wearing hide armor. And they have hide shields and stuff like that. The one in mail also has an old broadsword.
I have detect magic that I want to cast at some point.
Okay, you're gonna cast that?
Yeah, they know I use magic, so I'm not that particular about it.
Okay, I mean, you can also, like, go into the tent, cast it, and then come out.
Yeah, alright, I'll do that then.
Okay, let me see. Give me a second.
And I also had a question, do you see what I wrote? Roll 20.
I believe you choose when you cast it.
Alright, so
I
that's
believe that is
yeah,
one that you choose when you cast it.
Right, so I'm gonna memorize that as well.
Okay, so casting that, the armor on that red mail armor is magical, and so is the battle axe that Lucor uses. The broadsword is not.
Anything else?
Nope.
For various people?
It's all the magic that they have.
I also look back Jules' way casually, you know.
See what magic item she has on her.
Yeah.
This is when you become blinded.
I don't know.
Blinded by the light.
She's radiating a lot of magic.
From her or from her
It's
items?
too hard to tell.
Oh,
Too
The
much.
spear is definitely magical. That's she sets that down and stuff like that, and that's definitely magical.
She has a lot of magic items on her.
You
God.
can't
So
tell
look
things.
at Higgimus and then look back. Higgimus has a lot of magical stuff on him as well.
Yeah, I will just convey, if we ended up in a fighting scenario, I'll just pass like a subtle word to the rest of the party.
Well, I mean,
But we're not fighting. But
Yeah, I know.
mean,
I'm just saying that he's got magical army. Neither one's got a magical axe.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Grinnock is wearing magical red mail, and Lucor has a magical battle axe.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys bed down for the night and get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's the environment like where we're heading? Is it all foresty like or still overgrown? I'm wondering if I can use entanglement.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
as far as you can
right.
tell. I mean, you're 2 hours away, and it's. Did you want to climb up a tree this night?
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean, like
climb a
before?
tree.
Okay. Now that you're this close, were you going to borrow a spyglass?
Yeah.
Yeldan probably would have checked
In fact,
because
I don't know.
he
Should
heard
I
we're
make a
close. So
No. I. How skeptical are they of me right now, the orcs?
You can't really tell. I mean,
All right, I'm gonna out self and fly.
all right. That does generate some comments in Orcish amongst them. Lucor kind of. You don't know the words, but you're pretty sure that she tells him to shut up. like that's the kind of thing that
She's finding it hard to maintain the decorum.
No,
Or
they
agree.
listen to her. They listen to her right away.
she has the big axe. Of course they listen.
Well, she's like the matriarch of their group.
All right, so you fly up and get into the top of the trees and look towards your destination. From here, you can see 3 objects sticking up out of the trees.
They look like a
Exactly
ship.
what they are, it's too dark and too hard to tell. You'll definitely need to get closer.
Anything that might give Braxon a hint to what they are. Is there anything that I could like memorize? Basically, that's what I'm trying to think of. Because we know there's a crashed ship down there.
So
Just get Braxton to come up.
So
No.
what you see
I'm
is
just taking down mental notes.
3. They're for as far as you can tell, long and pointed objects, very large. So it's not like they're wooden stakes or something like that, or simple trees. But they're poking up out of the tops of the trees. One is just barely up there. Another one is kind of middling, and then another one is higher than the others.
Is it like a 3-mast ship?
No, it's definitely not that. They're bigger than that. And it does look like the
Are they spherical in
you're
perimeter?
you can't really tell.
Any
They're not
silver?
sticking straight up. They're sticking up. They're definitely sticking up at an angle, and it does look like.
They curved inwards.
No, you can't tell that.
Is there any?
Hold on. There's definitely fewer tall trees around there.
Is the vegetation dead around there?
It's hard to tell from here. Given the light conditions, you'll definitely need to get in closer.
Oh, so you can't tell if there's any silver. Got it.
I've basically given you everything that you can. If you want to, you can ask some more questions.
I can. Sorry, say again.
You can ask some more questions if you want.
What was Higgimus's dream exactly? It was like you could see he's looking for a silver tree, isn't he?
Yeah.
But
you can't tell. I mean, it's all very dark. So it's basically what you're looking at is like shadows against shadows. It's kind of what it looks like.
What is there like a giant moon? Because he said it was near mountains, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah. But it's
all fitting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, you were
yeah,
pretty
it
sure
just
you were
looks-
going in the right direction before, so
Is there anything up in the mountains? Any like nests or anything?
you definitely can't tell anything about the mountains. The
Anything
mountains
flying
are
about?
still pretty far away.
Anything flying about?
Not this time.
Not at this time, no.
Alright, I guess I can't think of anything else. I'll just convey the information back.
Okay.
So yeah, I tell the party what I saw.
Okay. Now here's the Yeldan's gonna bring this up. Now here's gonna be the problem. If there's any living elves still around on there.
I'd say the area looked very dusty. I reckon there might be undead or cursed elves.
Maybe, but the fact that the orcs don't come back from there means could be living elves still thinking the war's still on for the past 300 years.
Yes. Not a far fact.
So if we encounter elves there, how are we going to bring both the elves and the orcs back?
Well, it might be something to
We'll
a
discuss it when
bridge
it
to
comes up.
cross when you come to it.
Mm.
Yeah, we should probably get going once we're ready.
Okay. All right, so you guys go ahead and get all your spells back, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess I'm leading the party again because the orcs aren't with us.
Yeah,
Well,
in that case.
Before we leave the orcs, Braxon's going to ask Higgimus to translate to the orcs for him.
Yeah, what do you want?
He's going to say, I enjoyed hunting with you, and hope to see you again soon in a few days.
General respects to them.
All right, yeah, I'll pass on those.
And
Information.
then he'll offer to shake all their hands.
Or whatever the appropriate etiquette is.
Well, Braxton doesn't know enough to know appropriate etiquette.
So you go up to them and hold out your hand, and
Yeah.
Lucor turns to Higgimus and says, "What's going on?"
Higgimus was, when Braxon was talking to me, I was translating that over. So basically, he's just wanting to show his appreciation and respect.
Okay. They slowly shake your hand, in clearly not used to this kind of thing, and they're definitely all looking at you oddly, like, what exactly is going on? Like this is a very strange ritual to them, basically, is what they think it is. Okay. Anything anyone wants to do? You guys are getting your spells changed up and everything like that?
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. All right, the next morning, you head out towards, in the direction of your destination, and
Yeah,
it does,
taking point.
yep, it does take a couple hours
If
to
he's
get there.
an hour in,
Yeah.
I'm casting Blessed Watchfulness on Yeldan.
Okay.
Also, when
an hour in, you said?
Yeah, an hour in.
Okay.
Lever wants to cast strength on Braxon.
Okay.
Aw.
I assume my create food or water I would have done in the morning as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
What?
I
What do I have
take it
to
you're
write
not
down for
reading
that?
books anymore, right?
The book's been chopped up. What do I have to write down for
Alright.
this?
The book got set on fire.
You roll a 1d8.
All right, no, I
Yeah,
rolled the
that's
1d8.
Oh, dear.
All right, so you're getting 3 points of strength since you're at 16. That's going to take you to 17, 18, 18, 10. And that is going to mean that I believe you're going to get 1 and 3. +1 to hit, +3 to damage. Let me double check, though.
Did you check for level variation and
No, I did not. Thank you.
wild
Yeah.
surge?
Right, the free
For
focus
Braxon,
are pretty
it was
healing
nice knowing
potions.
you.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Braxon
good.
turns into an anvil.
I don't think that's one of the options, but
Probably more for the anvil.
I'm pretty sure one of the wild surge results is an anvil falls out of the sky on you.
All right, spell
me.
goes off normally, and you are going to be getting, instead of your normal +1 to damage, you are going to get, +1, +3. And you'll
+1,
have some other,
+3.
+1 to hit, +3 to damage.
on top of your other bonuses already.
Well, no, I mean, this is replacing your current strength bonus.
Yeah, it replaces his
Oh.
current speech bonuses.
Okay, so
You can't get the benefits of 18-10 strength on top of 16 strength.
Yeah.
On the bright side, I don't mind this because I've got a potion of strength in my pocket.
Anyway, Leva had the feeling you've been weirdly absent today and yesterday.
So, as you get closer, it definitely quiets down. There's still some animal sounds, but there's definitely fewer. And the
when that starts to happen, I would like to move silently and hide in shadows.
all right.
I'll get you my percentiles here.
You're going to tell the rest of us this?
He's
Uh,
out ahead
yeah.
scouting.
Yeah.
All right.
35 for move silently and 31 for moving.
Okay.
Hiding.
And Yeldan, being in the lead, you come to the edge of normal tree cover, basically, and it transitions to a dense matrix of what you immediately recognize as a mixture of normal plant life and the crystalline wing material of elven ships. It's very, very thick, but it's grown in such a way that you could probably, guide people through. It may be kind of maze-like and stuff like that. You may end up hitting dead ends, but there are definitely pockets that you can move through. Even Higgimus can. In addition to that, you see above that the wreckage of an elven crown base. These are ships or stationary vessels made of multiple elven man-o-wars, set up in a circle where the afts are pointed towards the center, and such that they grow together and form a ring. It looks like you're actually looking at the bottom of it, though. Like it has come down top first and crashed into the earth here.
Putting him down here so you can go in the closet at work.
Yeah, exactly. There's a closet too.
Be quiet. She didn't know that the mic was on.
There's a lot of old scarring to the earth where it clearly this thing crashed into the ground. And the three objects that Lafdul saw before are three of the remains of the Elven Man-o-War ships sticking up out of the tree. The tree lines. It appears that it came in at an angle, so these are the only parts that are intact, and it's kind of hard to see everything with all of this, material grown up around it. But you do also see a dome in the center, kind of a glassy dome, but it's very, very dark. The glass is very, very dark.
Okay. after I spot the dome and I'll head back to the rest of the party, meet up with them, and tell them what I saw, and I think I can get us through the tangle, but it's gonna be slow going. And I haven't spotted anyone yet in there, but there could be elves.
Are there
around.
trees there? Could we go above the tangle in the trees?
Not really.
No.
Harold?
Yep.
Could I do... I don't know if this is a religion check. Would I know if it's plausible whether or not there could be corporeal spirits here? Ethereal, or incorporeal, I mean. Or
That's
undead in general.
that would be more of a like an undead lore type check, which is not something that you have.
Alright, that's fine.
So we're dealing with something kind of crazy here.
Well, so far there was nothing, but there could be something there. The way the ship crashed, there's a very high likelihood there was survivors. I
Mm,
figure.
If we find the elves, we should speak Elvish to them.
mm.
I was gonna try to talk Orcish to him.
That's just asking to get yourself stabbed.
Someone doesn't have a sense of humor, Lafdul mentioned.
Yeah, indeed.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Let's get going.
I'll
Alright,
lead the party
so-
back and
Given that there are, essentially three whole sections sticking out of the trees, you basically have a choice between going for one of the three. There's one that's lower, one that's kind of middling, and one that's higher. It came in at an angle, so one of these three is sticking up higher than the others, and one of them is lower than the others.
which one
Alt-
out of all
I
three,
think-
which one looks like the easiest path?
In my dreams, which one looks the best choice?
You
I mean,
can't
which
tell?
one looks similar to the one my dreams?
You can't tell. You weren't really. You were looking at the mountains beyond.
Okay.
But given the location and seeing the mountains beyond, you're pretty confident that you're in the right place, relatively speaking.
Then we'll point out the dome in the middle.
So basically, Yeldan, the decision of which of these three you go to determines where you kind of decide to approach it from.
Yeah. It's Goldilocks and the Three Man of Wars.
Which
So,
which one
let's
looks like
start
the
at the
easiest
low one
path?
and work our way up, I guess. Does that sound fair?
Well,
No,
so you're looking at the remains of the hull of this vessel. So in other words, I mean, once you're in, you're in. Unless there's
Has
some
a-
other blockage that would force you to leave and come back.
I was just asking which one looks the most active, or which one's
How
the
much-
easiest to traverse.
I'm not actually sure what you were asking, Yeldan. Can you repeat that?
How much?
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
Which one's the easiest, most intact, and easiest to transfer? To go through.
That's not something you can tell from here. So one of them sticks up higher in the air, and one of them is lower, and then one of them is kind of, middling between the two. It's difficult to say exactly, how high they are from where you are, but none of them look like you could just hop right in, kind of thing.
Okay.
Do
And
we have
level-
a better view from the top one?
Well, I mean, they're ship holes.
Hmm.
Let's start at the bottom and work our way up.
All right, 'cause, I mean,
let's go. All right.
you
we'll go
you
for
did
the
see
lowest
the
one, then.
you did see the interior of a dome in your dream, Higgimus. So
Mhm.
it's pretty easy to understand that you want to get in. So the idea is, do you want to go for the lower one or the higher one or the middling one?
I think I said the
Wait.
lower one,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
clarifying. Okay, so that's the one
Yeah,
you're
then
going to
we'll
go to.
I think Yeldan would agree with that because it's the lowest off the ground, so it's possibly the easiest one to get into.
Okay. All right.
Plus, if we go into all these things here, there might be nice treasures.
Yeah.
And,
They're all
rob the
connected,
dead.
so once we get,
All right.
Can
They don't
can
need it
Braxon make a
anymore.
roll to see it? I'm assuming these are all upside down ships. Seeing as you said the
Yeah.
thing was upside down. Can he make any sort of roll to work out which ship might have accessible hatches?
You don't need to roll. You're pretty sure that, given the positions, there would definitely be accessible hatches on all of them.
Right. Because this is like he says out of character. This is like the Poseidon adventure.
Well, so in addition, what you can tell is that given the angles between these three that are sticking up, you would guess that there's when this thing was intact, there were more, possibly 7, 8, or 9, something like that.
Yeah.
Total, in total around this thing. But clearly, when this thing crashed, it came down upside down and at an angle, and all of those other ones are either buried in the earth, destroyed, or in some other manner damaged.
Yeah.
So.
Beyond repair.
But we will take our break now, and when we come back, we'll actually try and get into this crashed vessel.
Yep.
So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone.